A dark storm rolls over the mountains of St. The wind howls as the Kai tribe gathers around a burning fire. He holds his father Urchiral's sword, the steel glowing in the light of the flames. Behind him, warriors shout, "Why Allah! Why Osman!" Cut to a wide shot, hundreds of riders gallop across the plains, flags of the crescent fluttering in the storm wind. Mongol warriors appear over the ridge, and a brutal clash begins. Osman fights like a lion, his sword moving faster than sight, cutting down enemies one after another. Arrows fly, shields break, horses roar. The battlefield becomes a sea of dust and courage. A cinematic, slow-motion Osman lifts his sword to the sky as lightning strikes behind him. He roars, "This land will rise again under the banner of Islam." The scene shifts, the gates of the fortress burst open, Osman's warriors storm inside. The crescent flag rises atop the fortress as drums echo through the valley. Osman kneels, places his hand on the ground, and says softly, "This is just the beginning. The empire will rise with Allah's will." The screen fades to black with the words, "Osman Ghazi, the rise of the empire" music. Epic orchestral with Turkish war drums and deep choir vocals. Voice tone, powerful, heroic, deep with emotion and pauses. Visual style, 4000, cinematic lighting, slow motion, high contrast fire, rain, dust, battle flags.
Osman Ghazi, the last battle of faith. The sun sets behind the ancient hills of Anatolia. Across the field, thousands of crusaders and Mongols stand united under black banners. Drums echo, horns blow. From the opposite side, the Kai warriors appear, fearless, their eyes burning with faith. At the front rides Osman Ghazi, his armor shining with scratches of countless battles, the crescent emblem glowing on his chest. The camera zooms in. He raises his sword toward the sky and shouts, "Allahu Akbar!" Victory belongs to the believers. A massive charge begins. Horses thunder, arrows darken the sky. Osman clashes with the Mongol general, a fierce duel filled with sparks, blood, and fury. The battlefield becomes a storm of fire and steel. Drums intensify. Finally, Osman breaks through the enemy lines and reaches the fortress gates. He smashes them open with his warriors, and the crescent flag rises high as flames light the sky. Osman stands atop the fortress, blood on his face, sword raised high, shouting, "Faith cannot be defeated. This is the land of the brave." Fade out with the text, Osman Ghazi, the warrior of Islam. Music, epic orchestral plus Turkish flute plus deep war drums. Voice tone, deep, heroic, and emotional visuals. Dark clouds, golden light, flying banners, sparks, fire, cinematic slow motion.
Urchiral's legacy, rise of Osman Ghazi, greater than. A silent dawn breaks over the plains of Skut. Inside a tent, an old Urchiral Ghazi sits before the fire, his eyes glowing with wisdom. He calls his son, Osman, and says in a deep, trembling voice, "My son, nations are not built with swords but with faith, justice, and courage." Osman kneels and takes his father's sword. A flash of destiny passes through the flames, the birth of an empire begins. The scene shifts, dark clouds gather, war drums thunder. The Byzantine army and Mongol invaders march toward Kai lands, banners high, their armor glinting under lightning. Osman stands before his warriors and raises his sword to the sky. This land belongs to the believers. Today, the crescent will rise above the cross. The armies clash. Horses charge. Arrows scream through the sky. The Mongol general challenges him. A brutal duel follows, steel against steel, faith against tyranny. Sparks fly, dust swirls, Osman roars, disarms his enemy, and raises the Kai flag on the fortress walls. As victory drums echo, Osman lifts his sword toward the heavens and says, "Father, your dream lives on." This is the dawn of the Ottoman Empire.
Osman Ghazi, the battle of faith and fire. The sun sets over a burning horizon. Smoke rises from the fallen walls of a once mighty fortress. Osman Ghazi rides through the battlefield, his armor cracked, his face scarred, but his eyes burning with unshaken faith. Round him, the Mongol and Byzantine armies close in, their war cries echoing like thunder. Osman looks to the sky and whispers, "Ya Allah, give strength to those who fight for justice." The Kai flag, half torn, waves in the wind. Osman raises his sword high, its blade catching the last light of the dying sun. His warriors shout, "Allahu Akbar!" for Osman Bey. Osman cuts through enemies like a storm, his movements fast, fierce, unrelenting. He laughs, Your empire ends here, Osman. Osman replies with fire in his eyes. Empires built on blood fade. Empires built on faith never die. They duel fiercely, each strike shaking the earth beneath them. Osman is wounded, but refuses to fall. He strikes back with one final blow. The Mongol commander falls. The fortress gates open. The Khayi flag rises high above the walls. The people chant, Osman, Osman. The son of Ertugrul has conquered. Osman kneels in prayer as the wind carries the sound of drums and victory horns. He says softly, "This victory is not mine. It belongs to Allah and the brave who never surrendered." Fade out with the text. The legend continues. Osman Ghazi, founder of an empire. Background music, epic Turkish cinematic out, drums, flute, voice style, deep, heroic, emotional narration visuals, fire, smoke, horses, broken shields, Osman standing victorious under the crescent moon.